Morning and good afternoon, scholars and families. I'm back with a few more ELA shout outs. First and foremost, I want to shout out some ELA superstars, particularly superstars that I am calling our independent learners. These are people who are logging onto Google Classroom pretty much every day and with little intervention from me or even interaction with me are getting their work done and doing a really good job of it. Those two people are Danielle and Aiden, who have been turning in quality work, scoring hundreds consistently on their assignments both of last week and this week. And I was able to use Danielle's work as an exemplar in one of our Google Meets. She wouldn't have seen it because she doesn't come, because all she does is get her work done. So shout out to you, Danielle. Shout out to you, Aiden. In the same respect, I also wanted to shout out, I would say, Elijah and Raina and Leah and Naomi, who also are doing a really good job of working alone and still getting really quality work in. So shout outs to you guys as well. I also want to shout out Emily, still rocking it. I just wanted to keep her on the board. She's been joining both Google Meets and on Google Classroom. I don't want to brag too much, but she's still scoring consistent hundreds. I'm also continuing to use her work as an exemplar. Emily's still out there killing it. But I also wanted to shout out these two gentlemen. I wanted to shout out Justin and Christopher, who last week they got their tech, like I think on Tuesday, so it was like a day late. But the minute that they had gotten their tech, they logged on to Google Meets. They were eager to join their classes and get caught up with their work. I think Mom was there in Chris's first meet, and it was awesome to have them there and to see that desire to want to make sure that they were doing their best and giving their best. And so Chris has been on Google Meet every day since he got his computer. A lot of times even helping me out. So thank you so much, Christopher. And Justin is just a rock star when it comes to taking feedback and getting his work, or rather getting the grade that he wants. And so policy that I've had in place in my classroom for quite some time is that you can revise your work as many times as you see fit until you get the grade that you desire. And I think Justin, in this new distance learning setting, has been the king of taking advantage of that. And I actually want to show you how he inputs and implements this. And you're even going to hear from him a little later today yourself. So first things first, let's check out Justin's Google Classroom. There's a few things that I want you to take note of here, and I'm going to jump into one of his assignments shortly. But first things first, here's his chapter, I think it is 12 assignment, but I have a few comments for him here. And the thing is that he responds back to me, and that's a big thing. So he responds to my comment, he asks a question, and so we're having a conversation. And I think that that is a big thing that he and I are communicating in order to get him to where he needs to be to get that response or get the assignment or get the grade that he wants. That's really important. Even if it's just clarification, but he's reaching out to me. He does the same on almost every assignment. He did it on chapter 12 as well, where he and I are having a conversation and again, reaching out for that support. And I think that those two things are important. So one is not that he's only reaching out, but two, he's also listening to what I'm telling him. So if I open up this assignment for chapter 12, you might notice that he has two different documents. And so if we look at the conversation a little bit more deeply, where he lets me know he took the feedback that I gave him on the first assignment. So again, two attachments on this because he tried one time and then he tried a second time. You don't have to have a whole second attachment, but the point is that it made it super clear that he was taking the feedback that I gave him. Feedback, honest, I usually just put directly onto the document, or I can write it in a private comment. But after he submits, he even comes back to let me know, hey, Ms. Valency, I resubmitted the assignment with edits. It's in the second document. And he's being very clear about what I need to do in order to make sure I'm finding the work that he wants me to look at. He even mentions that he revised this work on 320. And I'm like, you can't get more organized than that. Hey, Justin, could you give us some tips on how you give your best work in ELA?
Hi, my name is Justin Narega, and I'm going to be giving helpful tips how you can use revision to get 100 and use your feedback that you get from your teachers. Number one, what you could do is use your resources you already have, because the resources are not just given to you for no reasons. They're always given so you can put in your best work. Number two is take your time, because since Ms. Valentine gives you the time to do your best work, you should give your best work, because she wants you to succeed and she doesn't want you to have to redo the work. Number three can be staying organized, like making sure your inbox is organized, so whatever work you need to do or have already, you wouldn't have to worry about missing the work and giving it in late if you already have your work. Number 4 can be communication, because if you can talk to family members and your teachers, it can be very helpful, because you're not alone when you're doing your work. You always have somebody that can help you.
Justin, thank you so much for sharing those tips with us. One of the things that you said is the most important. Because I have this system in place, because you have as much time as you need to give me the best work that you have. If you missed it, let me repeat that I repeat, I am not grading incomplete work. The point of having a system like I do is so that I can get the best work possible. So if I'm giving you extended time, then my expectation is that you're giving me quality work. So if you're going to hand work that is past due in, that's okay, as long as the work is quality. So it has to be complete, meaning you fulfilled all of the requirements of the assignment in order for it to receive a grade at all. And that is just the bottom line, period. So Justin's going to close us out with some final words of wisdom. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.
So the ways I get 100 in Miss Valentine's class is I always stay organized. I take her feedback, and I always just push myself, and my family pushes myself to succeed, so I can get higher grades. And also, I don't just take the feedback and just leave it like it's nothing. I take it and I put it into my work and the following work that I do, so my grades can be higher and I can be more successful.